Hey guys, Darth Gloric here, back with part 23 of my Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom playthrough. So last time, we were kind of doing a lot of things, but one of the things that we did was get to the world map. We explored, and that was one of the biggest things that we were doing. We were just kind of hitting quests, we were hitting side quests. We kind of poked around and saw Link's house a little bit. And we got the very preliminary one done. We hit a couple of quests, we hit a few quests, and then in the tail end of the episode, we made our way into Hyrule Castle. And this time, we're looking to probably finish this Mamma Jamma. So, in other news, something you should be aware of, because admittedly, I'm having a hard time not thinking about it, is there is construction workers in my neighborhood who have decided to wait until I was recording to make a great deal of noise, and it's right outside my house, almost. It's right in front of my neighbor's house. And whatever machine they're doing, whatever it is they're doing, is insanely loud. So, it happened at the very tail end of last episode, and it was deafening. It's way louder in my ears than on the microphone. My microphone does pick it up. After they finally shut the damn machine off, I was able to hear, I ran a test, and in my test, you can barely hear it, but the game audio does a fantastic job of disguising it, and you can't really hear it, because you can barely hear it in the test that I ran. But I know you can hear it. And that it really, really, really pisses me off. And so it's just, yeah, I'm very angry about it. So our options are limited. For the moment, they're quiet. But I don't expect that to last by any means. So we're gonna get as far as we can. If they do start back up, and by if I mean when they start back up, which will be any second now, I am debating muting my microphone, because technically the game audio, like I said, it technically disguises like 90% of it. But I'm very concerned that it's going to be in the audio and it's going to make subpar content and stuff. Now, maybe with the game audio and me talking, like you can't hear it, because I don't think you can hear it with both of those things going. So if I have something to say, I could unmute, say the thing, and then mute again immediately. It's going to be more work for me. But my other option is to mostly completely mute my audio, period, and then do this final episode. But the problem is it'll make editing a great deal more difficult. Technically, it would make editing more difficult, because I won't be able to use my own commentary as a clue about what I should be showing and what not, which means I'll have to not watch it, but I'll have to really closely almost watch it to make sure I show do I show this? Do I show this? And that's not how I do my editing. And so it would be a pain in the butt to have to edit, but technically I would survive. So anyway, I'm very on the fence about what exactly I should be doing. So for now, we're just gonna press on like normal, and we'll just see. Anyway, so the timing is spectacular. Oh, look, a black moblin. Anyway, not that it matters, but there you go. So let's see. We could go. So I mentioned this in the other episode, but I don't really remember very much about what we should be doing, as far as how it all works, or what the order of operations is, or how many of these things are just vibing. Fight me, you dog! I got one! Oh, never mind, he's still alive. I got one! But for realsies that time. Assist me, brothers! And sister, sorry, I didn't mean to exclude her. You see me dodge the guy I wasn't even looking at, by the way? I said die. This stick doesn't do a thing, by the way. Spin to win! Well, I mean, I am getting them, but it's just taking a very long time. It'd be so funny if I knocked this dude off. Oh! He's really close now. It'd be funny. Please let me knock you off. Yes! Enjoy the ground floor, idiot. Hang on. I didn't do almost any damage, but I wasn't doing almost any damage to begin with, so I just figured it was funny. I don't know, this one, I guess. At least it's a real weapon. Wait for it. Spin to win! Meanwhile, my bros are just abusing that guy. Well, was, now he's off the cliff, but it worked out all the same. Anyway, so like I said, I don't really remember exactly what order to be doing or where or exactly how it's all supposed to work, so... Turn around. I was about to say, you're not as tough as they were, because just a few archer shots killed you. Yeah, he was a blue. You could tell because he was not as strong. Anyway, so weapons. The problem is that all of these, like other ones, are very decayed. Although this one doesn't mention that it's weak, much weaker. I'm more tempted to like try and like craft some things because my weapons are. There's a lot of these weapons I've been picking up are just crap. So, attach it to an arrow to increase its attack power. That's interesting. You could use the horn, knife-like horn. A weapon to increase its attack power. Sure. Let's do this. There we go. I got it to like a 16. That's much stronger. I mean, you know, it's a good start. I'm gonna use this just so I can like yeet it at somebody in last second. Anyway, so loosely, I'm just kind of headed towards Zelda's tower. So, in case you're wondering where I'm going, like with such purpose, that's my only idea, is to get up to the tower and just see what's going on over there, if anything. And then otherwise, just kind of go interior. Otherwise, I don't have much of a plan elsewise, to be honest with you. Now, what's funny is I do have lots of materials, so I easily could do another little hot air balloon trick, by the way. It just occurred to me. Like, I don't have to just white knuckle it and fight my way through here. Because it's not like these materials matter a whole lot anymore. I only have one more flame emitter, though, is the only issue, so... I have plenty of balloons, I think, though. Yeah. So let's take out this, and then we'll take out... The other issue is, where am I going to stand on it? Like, unless I make a wing or something, then, like... Yeah, I don't know if that's going to work, though, because... there is some issues. There's some issues, because I need like something else to attach to it so I can stand on it, you know what I mean? So maybe we should just do this the old-fashioned way. Okay. That balloon will be a Korok seed, I imagine. Anyway, welcome to Princess Zelda's study. Oh, Silent Princess, how appropriate.
Yep.
Royal Guard Sword. Yeah, it's really strong up until it snaps. My weapon's about to break, but this weapon, I feel like my weapon about to break is still more useful than this one, so I'll take it. Oh, wow. Low durability, but it's otherwise very strong. Alright, well, what's my bow situation? That was like a 50, but low durability. Yeah, I think we'll just drop this one. I'll take it. Well, that's cool. Alright, otherwise, I guess we'll go ahead and just put these back on. Oh, we should absolutely be saving it. Let's go! That was scary. The whole thing collapsed right as I ran across it. We're just lucky that I was paying attention. Alright, I was about to say, I saw that. Knight's Claymore, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. Even a decayed Knight's Claymore is going to be some level of something, huh? Like, we can just drop the Rusty Broadsword. Give me that instead. Welcome to Princess Zelda's room. Anything I should know about? Oh, hang on a minute. Okay, I was about to say. Ooh, another Royal Guard bow, by the way. And some arrows. I guess. I mean, low durability, serious destructive power. Offers heightened durability. Yeah, that's nice. Maybe the Gerudo bow, because it has a zoom in anyway. So, plus this one is like literally twice the power of that bow. So, well, that's cool. I don't know if there's any other notes or anything, because we've already read other things from Zelda that were like, you know, journal entries or such things. Royal Guard cap, by the way. Spiffy. That's pretty funny. That's cool. And something else. Royal Guard Claymore. Yeah, it's very strong, but will break very quickly. I mean, you know, it's very strong and it's going to break quickly, a lot like the thing I'm carrying, which is almost broken, so I guess we may as well just drop my two-handed and pick up another two-handed and call it Gucci. Alright, well, map time, so really, otherwise it's just kind of headed maybe outside? So otherwise, this area kind of looks like just like a little bit of a dead end, to be honest with you. We can use this to climb up, though. I know behind the throne there's like a fancy shirt or whatever. But I don't know, is like this the throne over here? This is where you fought the boss last time, but that was like shockingly easy, so I don't feel like this is where we're supposed to go this time. The Sanctum. So yeah, this is where we fought Ganon last time. Obviously, Mr. Ganondorf himself, but we do have an objective marker this time, so maybe we should just loosely head towards that. Arrow. Sorry, I screwed up. Strengthen Lancel bow. There's a lot of gloom. That's probably a sign of bad things. And I don't know about the throne room, though. Like, I'm not sure about all that. I mean, I could look a little bit closer at that sanctum. Oh, okay. Well, this looks like the throne, does it not? Now, supposedly, I mean, maybe this isn't a throne. It's just like, there's a throne room, like a real throne room. And this isn't it. Like, that honestly could be the case. Oh, wow, look at that. Low durability, though, which is a little rough. But still, that's a really strong shield. I feel like we could drop one of, like, this little 28 shield and take that. Even low durability, I mean, dang. These other things are all low durability, but maybe we can drop one of the mining things and I'll take that instead. Anyway. Alright, well, that's interesting. Ooh, there's another weapon. Oh, that's just a Royal Guide Spear, but we're already kind of vibing to weapons already. Well, I'm still ascending. I'm kind of curious to see how long it's going to let me ascend, so admittedly, I am a little bit curious. Oh, well, I don't know if I'm that curious. Oh, wow. We are way up in the air. Royal Halberd, also not broken, which is a little surprising. But what's all the way inside? I mean, admittedly, this is kind of like a little side objective. Oh, wow. 38. That's a good bow. There we go. Oh, hang on. Sure, do that. It would have been funny in kind of a cruel way if that little gust thing had just gusted this thing all the way off. Like, it just shot that bow that I tried to pick up all the way off the ledge. It would have been kind of funny and also kind of mean. Oh, wow. 300 rupees at the top of the building. That's cool. Anyway, we're not here for all this, okay? Let's just go towards the objective. I'm like on a little side quest of just, like, looking around. But wait, there is chest. Another Royal Guard bow. I'm kind of swimming in these bows already. The Demon King bow is fine. Technically the bow I'm carrying, I mean, low durability kind of sucks, but I do have 3 of them now. So maybe I'll just equip this 26 Knight's bow. Anyway. Alright, let's just head towards the objective marker, okay? Let's stop screwing around. Let's see. It looks to be over here. Alright, Zelda specifically called my name, but assuming it's even the real Zelda, which... Don't hold your breath. The second gatehouse. What is this? Another royal bow. It's like throwing bows at me. Another royal bow. Let's just drop the Zonite bow. Like I said, technically I keep making... It keeps going well. So it looks to be in this somewhere. Oh, wait. Okay, hang on, Link. Get off the wall. Go over here. Save it. Although I should have eaten something before I saved it. That was a little silly. Here, let's just eat through something really small. Like, there's a half, 3/4. There. That last little heart could be important. You never know. Alright. Now we're all the way saved. I just need to check, because, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I am home alone, by the way, which doesn't happen very often. And so I'm recording with my door open, which is honestly very exciting for me. And so I'm just seeing how long it's going to be before I am no longer home alone. But, okay. They are heading towards me, so I don't have too long, but long enough that it's fine for now. Alright, fake Zelda, who I don't believe. What? Holy shoot! Oh, he has a shield. That's cringe. I didn't really expect that to do anything. I was hoping to find Riju and shoot the lightning guy. Because he's carrying lightning fruit, and if I knock him over, he's just going to hit me with all that fruit. Okay, hang on. That's not you. There you are. Riju! Aim at lightning fruit, man. Just give me all of these so that it can't be used against me. I'm fine to fight with this, but like I just really didn't want to just get hit in the face with all that. Yes, get him. Alright, well. Black Boss Bokoblin Horn. Yikes. Well, zoinks, Scoob. Alright, there's another Royal Guard shield. Okay, there's a little arrow and a chest, which I accidentally grabbed first, which is fine. Halberd at 7. I mean, having a rock hammer is probably wise. Yeah, there we go. That's decayed anyway. And I like spears. If I'm gonna have to use a two-handed weapon, I do want to use spears because obviously the reach and just that poke is a really good, and it's really fast. You know, it attacks very quickly, which is also really nice. So aren't the shields like brittle? Am I wrong? Yeah, I know it is brittle. Whereas like this one, it's like much stronger. Like I realize it's not 70, right? But like. It's not brittle, it's not going to break on me. But I also have 1,000 shields, so like having a couple of these really high shields, even if only for a few blows, is probably a good move. So let's drop that. I'll take that shield. There, now I have a couple of those. And I guess I'll switch to a knight shield, because I have a lot of these. And then we'll just continue pursuing this ghost Zelda, which is obviously trying to probably get me killed. And alright, let me just look. Yeah, it looks like she's at the very bottom of something now. Interesting. Alright, well, we will try to get to her, wherever she is. Unsure about exactly how that's gonna go, because it's something underground, so I have to find a way to get underground. Okay, hang on. I think I might have found something. Ooh. Is this the library? Hey, wait. I know Zelda's probably over there behind me, but... Yeah, I was about to say, I remember this. The King's Study. Huh, look at that. Royal Guard boots. Well, that's cute. There's another royal shield, if you wanted another one. Are those royals, like, really neato? Yeah, collector's item due to ornamentation. High defense. It's just a good shield, honestly. Very durable, more efficiently used on attached devices. Quite durable. Well, we could drop one of them, you know? Technically, it's an upgrade. Ooh, and a royal broadsword, but it's probably decayed. Well, it didn't mention being decayed. I mean, it does look a little decayed, does it not? So we'll just go ahead and get this quick save. Anyway, the thunderous noise has started up again. But like I said, even with the construction noise, it's very loud to me. But my microphone does pick it up. But with the game noise and my commentary over the top and during combat and with the really intense music going on, you can barely hear it. At least in the test that I did. So I guess I'm kind of just hoping that you can't hear it. Now, I could mute, I guess. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll mute, we'll do this fight, and we'll just see what happens, I guess. There we go. I kind of, not like panicked, healed there. I just like rage healed. I don't even know if that's a thing. I just did it rapidly because I wasn't super angry or anything, but admittedly I did just kind of like sort of, I guess, panic heal. I just like reflex. I just went and healed as soon as possible, but it was a skillet necessary. So Knight's broadsword. Okay, well apparently that's better than royal. A little bit. It's a little bit better. Again, very beat up though. We can drop this, and I think I'd rather have these because the damage is almost the same, but they're single-handed. They're one-handed, I should say. It's also a little funny to me how none of the bows decayed. like every weapon you get is decayed pretty much, unless you build weapons. Like 90% of the weapons are all destroyed and decayed and stuff, right? But like for some reason, all the bows are fine. So, like, it's a little funny to me. I don't know why. Like, is there a lore reason, or was that an oversight? You know? And I am totally okay with things just not being decayed. Like, that's fine. But admittedly, I noticed. So, I mean, I'm getting lots of good stuff as far as, like, loot and armors and weapons go. And I have lots of materials, so if I needed to, like, craft anything, we could. I mean, and I could just do some crafting really quick. I'm just very hesitant to attach anything to these weapons because a lot of these weapons are so beat up that like I'm really hesitant to attach anything to them, because especially anything that mentions low durability, you know. Metal may not be as durable as others, see what I mean? Now some of them are it'll say, you know, decayed blah 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 blah, and I probably should just you know, like risk it on one of them, like maybe the knight one, and we could find a good weapon. I don't want to attach like a one-of-a-kind weapon to it because, like I said, I'm worried the weapon's going to be very beat up. But like we could take one of these because I have a whole bunch of them, and then we could just let's see. Yeah, there we go. See, one-handed, it gets it to 30, you know, and so that's probably pretty strong. Okay, and then we'll just sort of maybe grab another one of those. Make another one. There we go. Like a 28 and a 30. That's pretty strong. Maybe we'll do... Well, actually, this one's a 16. Although that's a two-handed 16, so that's kind of ick. Anyway. There we go. It's a good That's good progress. All right, that's a good thing. Anyway, it does look like... Oh, what is this? Yeah, Knight's Broadsword. Although Broadsword, though, actually. Broadsword is one-handed, right? I'm almost sure Broadsword is one-handed. Yeah, Royal Broadsword. Yeah, so Knight... Well, I mean, I could do this. I'm a little hesitant to get rid of all of my mining potential. But I could technically do it. Okay, we could do this. Hang on there, fake Zelda. Give me a minute. Desperation. It says even in its decayed state. See what I mean? It's only a 7 anyway. It's not like I, you know. Guys, I'm just trying to pick up my rock hammer again. Okay, well, it's fine. It's fine. It's gonna be fine, okay? Zelda? What? It's a monster? Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, man, I forgot how squishy you guys were. Oh, you guys are shooting at something else or what? Oh, there's more. Someone threw a heart at me. Oh, it's one of the flying ones. Well, Zelda's being funny again. I mean, quote-unquote Zelda. Obviously, we're following her, obviously, on a trail here. Eventually, it'll lead to wherever the actual thing I'm supposed to be doing is, no doubt. Then we should be making sure we're saving it a lot. Because at some point, we're going to get close to something that's really scary, and I don't want to deal with it. Okay, I should also just look. Where is she? Okay. Okay, I got you. So really, we could... I mean, I could just teleport up. Because I think above me somewhere is the shrine. So, let's just go to the shrine. And then we'll find our way to the next Zelda location. Okay, so we are drawing close to the next Zelda location. She's actually near her study, by the way. We are getting close. So, all together, so far, obviously, we're running around and, you know, chasing the fake Zelda. And I keep calling her fake Zelda. I guess technically she could be the real Zelda, and I might just not be aware. I just assume she's the same fake Zelda that's been, like, making monsters and leading everybody astray all over everywhere. I just assume that's the case. Anyway, should I try to get interior? Well, it's okay. Let's see, we can just do this. There we go, there she is. I don't suppose... There's a picture of my waifu. anyway, so yeah, I just assume she's the same fake Zelda that has been around everywhere else, you know, leading, like, opening with all the monsters and everything else. I just assume. Anyway, so all together, though, so far, Hyrule Castle, way easier than the first game. The first game, there's those turrets are everywhere, all over the castle, and then there's bosses. Here, there is bosses, not nearly as many is what it feels like so far. They're not as plentiful as they were on Breath of the Wild's castle, and the regular standard enemies are just all the standard stuff. It's not like, you know, 10,000 turrets and stronger turrets too. They're just like, you know, it's like moblins and bokoblins and boss bokoblins and stuff like that. But you've been fighting them the whole game, and you don't have the broken mask right out the gate, so that also plays a big portion. Anyway, and so all together, though, so far, it feels definitely easier than it did before. So, that's interesting. Anyway, alright, my love! Oh no, monsters! Huh. Okay, hang on. If you think you're gonna be funny about it. Yeah, now what? Now what? Now your fire means nothing to me. I just like stand there, ignore him, grabbing all his loot. Got him. Alright, well, we've already been in here, so we don't need to worry as much about like the looting portion. Okay, next one. She is same spot, but super far underground, it looks like. Yeah, she's like over here. She's just underground somewhere. And I would assume you could get to her from somewhere over here, I would imagine. I would hope. Ah, there we go. Aha. I wonder if... There's a better picture of my waifu. Anyway. So because I don't know what I'm facing here, we'll just do this. Then we'll give it another save. My love, here I am. Oh, hang on. Yeah, now what? Fell off the ledge. Alright, what's the real enemy? Oh. Some sort of moblin I've never seen before. Which my bros are absolutely abusing, by the way. What do you think about that? Riju. Oh. Well, that was nasty tasty. Okay, well, I'm not as worried anymore about him freezing me. I mean, it's just the one guy, so we can just abuse him. I'll take your giant claymore, though. Oh, I was about to side jump. I was thinking I was about to get hit again. Silver moblin. Oh, that was like the best. It was like the bougie moblin that you never see. Fancy. I mean, obviously it didn't help him very much, but I noticed. Yeah, sure. I guess I'll break that for one arrow. And a stick. Cool. Okay, so same one is also on this tier, but you can't get there from over here, so I think we need to go out and then hug the wall, like hug the side of the mountain here to the left. So I will get over there and find it, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so I think I might have found our goal here. I think it's over here somewhere. I don't know if it's this one. I feel like it might be one beneath. Oh, see, I knew it. Yeah, good luck catching me while I'm descending, idiot. Anyway, but yeah, I think it's actually right here. Yep. Aha. I'm genius. So yeah, it went fine. I will tell you one thing that I did while I was coming over here. There was a black moblin, like you would have noticed him on the way in when I glided past. On the way into the last location, I glided past him and he was standing on the ledge, but we didn't have to fight him because he has no way of getting to us. When I was climbing out, I was like, oh, well, you know, it would be easier if I just, like, could take him out. So I was staring at him for a second. I was like, you know, just his head is sticking over this ledge. I can see it. So I got my bow and I looked up at him and I hit him in the head critically and it knocked him over, but it didn't knock him off. But when he stood back up, I could see his head again. So I hit him again and then it knocked him off and he fell off the mountain, or he fell off the floating castle. Which, not gonna lie, that made me laugh. I thought that was funny. I was like, there we go. Now I don't have to worry about him. And then I just came over here normally. So, I'd say it worked out pretty good. Zelda! Well, what kind are these? Electric? Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, this would give me resist, but I don't have, like, the rubber armor that makes me, like, actually immune. I mean, you know. Oh, well, I don't know if this is gonna work. Yeah, they don't seem to care very much about electricity. I'm trying to get to my boy, but I can't. Ow. Look, I'm not carrying a shield. It makes it easier. There. I said burn. Oh, these ones are annoying. Spin to win! Oh, this one's gonna be annoying. there's one. Okay, hang on. We need... Whoops. Oh, can I sort it by another way? No. Well, fine. Can I sort it to how it was? The order, the way I'm used to? The answer is no. Okay, there's two. Alright, hang on. You just stand there, you creature. I'm gonna look in this chest really quick. Another royal bow, good lord. Yeah, I don't need another royal bow. If you're gonna give me like another weapon or something, that could be alright. Okay. Thank you. I am so set on bows. Okay, well now let's go ahead and take advantage of the fact that he's the only one left. Spin to win! Okay. Ooh. My love? Well, well. She is waiting for me, and who am I to keep a lady waiting? Wow, that was a lot of arrows. And there's more too, there's so many people standing on top of it that it's hard to grab. Another bow? I mean, it's a better version than what I'm carrying, so sure. No. Please, I'm so close. Thank you. Okay, well, I got plenty of great bows now. I guess I'll actually continue using this one. I'll take that. Alright, so where are you, darling? Okay, right in that big fancy annex thing that I was exploring, so at this point getting up here would be by far easier than trying to go all the way up to the top of the cliff from where I was, so we'll do that. I'll probably see if I can find a way to maybe make some more weapons, something decent, and then we'll just see what happens, so I will see you in a second. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are all lined up here, so I made another weapon, so you're gonna be surprised what I did. So that sturdy long stick that we had, so specifically the stick said how it's like durable, see? A long durable stick made from a branch with good piercing power. It has high durability because it comes from the hardest part of the tree. So it was sturdy, right? And I was like, it's basically a spear. I like the reach of spears. And I was like, and you know, this is the final boss. Like, isn't it a good time to use a good item? So I used the Black Boss Bokoblin Horn, and I attached it to my sturdy stick. So hopefully that should be good for quite a few pokes, which is good. Otherwise, I mean, I imagine we'll be using the Master Sword, honestly. Like, I don't know if it'll be able to finish everything, but maybe. So anyway, but we have a good weapon if we need one. So we have, you know, several good weapons. But the Master Sword, I mean, we're about to fight Ganondorf, so I feel like it makes sense. Anyway, otherwise we're saved. My health is restored. You know, I don't feel like we can do much else. My only other idea was, like, I guess I could drink something to give me a bonus if I thought it mattered. But I could do that in the middle of the fight, too. I don't have to do it in advance. Like, I could do this one just for an attack bonus, you know? Like, if I barely get hit or something. I don't know. Anyway, let's just go. Let's just wing it. I don't remember the boss fight at all, but, you know, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Link, 来てくれるのを待っていました。ねえ、リンク、あなたに見せたいものがあるの。どうかしら。映画を誇ったかつてのハイラル城、懐かしいでしょ。リンクと私の思い出の場所、よく目に焼き付けておいてね。これがあなたが目にする最後の景色になるのだからな。
What? She's evil? I can't believe it! Oh. Honestly, I kind of dig Evil Zelda.
正気に侵されてもなお生きながらえ、そして我のしもべどもをほふるケース。あの時貴様の命がついえなかったのはその哀れな右腕の攻撃か。まあよい、せっかく繋いだ命もここまでだ。この娘の姿は貴様らを欺き惑わせ観察するにはちょうどよかった。だがもはやその必要もない。我が血肉より生まれし人形よ、そやつをムクロにしてやるがよい。
Oh, sick. Well, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm ready. Oh, there's like a lot of them. Oh, I kind of thought something different would happen. Thanks for the gloom sword that I'm never gonna use, I guess. Oh, get dodged, idiot. Anyone else? At the moment, my bros are doing the work. I jumped on the scotch too early, I think. Dodged again. I don't want to waste it, you know? Like, it only has so many hits in it, you know what I mean? So, I only needed like 2 before he was dead, so there's no reason to waste it. Ah, big ones now. Lots of big ones, okay. And gloom, huh? Sick. Don't mind me. Yeah, what do you think about that? A gloom club? I was just curious. I didn't even know what it was. Oh, alright, hang on. This is actually a good opportunity to eat that thing I was mentioning. Do it. Do it. It's like, swing, you won't hit me. Aha. Alright. So far, so good. What do you think about that? Stronger than you thought, huh?
奴のラウルの力だけではないというわけか。やはりここで片付けておくとしよう。
Let's go, dude! It's all my bros! Yes! Fighting for realsies this time.
奇跡を持つ者どもか。
お前は何者だ。
我がわからぬとはその意志、神よの記憶までは与えてくれぬようだな。我が名はガノンドロフ。貴様らの祖が施した愚かな封印はわずかな時を稼いだに過ぎぬ。見せてやろう過去を。我が力戻りし時 再来する魔の世界。
No thanks. I think I can imagine it's gonna be bad. Love the aesthetic, don't like dying though.
もうすぐだ。我が力を取り戻す時、闇に染まりし世界とともに貴様らは終焉を迎える。
ご先祖が言ってた魔王ってあいつ？さっきのは本当にあったことなの？
間違いないだろう。遥かな過去、世界を滅ぼしかけた魔王ガノンドルフ。奴は蘇り、そして今また。
冗談じゃない頃。あれが本当ならもうおしまい頃。いや、奴はまだ完全ではないだろう。現に今わらわたちを残し姿を消した。一旦監視砦に戻り対策を練ってはどうだ。リンク、そなたも来てくれ。
Interesting. But first. Sick. Still on row 1, baby. Alright, well. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here, but, I mean, none of it matters. It's all gonna be gloom stuff. Which is worthless. Except the bows. The bows are useful. But obviously, you know, I have a lot of bows. Still, that was neat. Anyway, back to Lookout Landing. But yeah, I mean, you know, so far so good. I certainly didn't remember that it didn't just end right there. I kind of expected it to be honest with you. But, I mean, I don't know. For all I know, there's another portion, like, going back into the depths or something. Okay. Let's see here. Well, I can switch my armor anytime, right? So we could, you know, look a little more like a hero. Yeah, like a hero. It's just for the aesthetics anyway of the cutscene, so we may as well look cool while we can. I mean, my other armor looks cool. It's just not... It looks like a villain, not a hero to me. Welcome back. Looks like it was pretty tough. So how'd it go? I'm like, a lot happened, actually. We squared off against Ganondorf, and he didn't kill us. I see. So to summarize, there's no mistaking that what you all saw at the castle was the Demon King from the Legend of the Imprisoning War, and the princess you've been seeing was actually an imposter. Hard to imagine, I know. And the reason she appeared at Hyrule Castle was so the Demon King could lure Link into a trap. I knew something seemed weird. I mean, about Princess Zelda not doing anything to help with these troubles everywhere in Hyrule. But it's all connected. The upheaval, the problems our homelands have been facing, the fake princess. It's all happening because the Demon King came back. So then that means that Princess Zelda isn't actually here? Instead, she's in the distant past and not in the present, right? Yes, we should consider that has to be the case, bizarre as it sounds. It also seems that Princess Zelda was trying to somehow defeat the Demon King in the past. Our ancestors made a vow to Zelda. They swore that when the Demon King was revived, their descendants would awaken as sages and fight alongside Link. But with Princess Zelda in the past, we can't ask her what the plan is supposed to be, and she can't be here to fight with us either. We also don't know anything about the Demon King other than the fact that he's bad news and super strong. What do we do? Based on what you each have told me, it appears the princess was making preparations in anticipation of the Demon King's revival in this era. There must be some kind of hint we still haven't figured out here in our time. Right you are. We cannot afford to stand still at a time such as this. It is imperative that we act. Without any leads. Oh, wait. You said that 6 sages were with King Rauru when he fought against the Demon King during the imprisoning war, right? Wind. Fire. Water with a frame drop for some reason. Lightning. And time. That was the princess. Oh, I see. What is it? What do you see? You know, Bell's like, what's happening? That's it. There was one more sage back then. Yes, Zelda. Fire, water, lightning, time. Ally. Raru's sister, I believe, is who that is. Exactly. One more sage that might be here now. I'm sure this is the lead we were hoping for. It'll be well worth our while to search. Each of you awakened as sages at ruins from the Age of Legends, right? Maybe the remaining sage is at a similar location? That makes sense, so we should search major ruins from the Age of Legends. They're as good a place as any to start. If we just searched all of Hyrule randomly, we'd probably never find the sage. Alright, we have a plan. Let's split up to work and get to it. You four go back to your homelands, gather information about ruins that might be related to the remaining sage. Linky, search around, see if you can find any other undiscovered leads. Everyone's relying on you, so don't let us down. Oh, that's interesting. This sounds like a quest that leads to other quests. Find the 5th sage. Yeah, we might not be finishing this thing in this part. Like I assumed. We have to protect Hyrule no matter what. Princess Zelda wanted that, but the Demon King's power is to force to be reckoned with, so for now we need to search for the 5th sage. Following the upheaval, I mobilized the Zonai survey team and investigated ruins connected to the Zonai. But so far we found nothing about the 5th sage. There must be some clue hiding out there we haven't learned. I can feel it. The 5th sage? Imprisoning War, Age of Time, one more. Clue somewhere. The ruins from the Age of Legends to see what we can find. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. There have been developments, so I looked up what we have left, and let me tell you, it's more than you would think. It's kind of a lot. It's kind of a lot. I did say we were gonna try and finish. I thought it was going to be an easy cheesy finale. Not so much. Not so much. So this is where we need to go. So I'm still trying, okay? Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. I am still gonna try and finish this in this episode. It's gonna take a significant amount of editing. It's gonna take a lot of editing. It's gonna take a lot of me pausing footage and such things. It's gonna take a lot. So we're giving it the old college try, but I'll be honest, it's not looking good. Okay, you need, by the way, you need 10 hearts to do this, but really quick. Obviously, we have way more than that. So we are on, I believe it's called Dragon Head Island or something. So apparently there was some quest that I didn't do. I don't remember. But there's some quest, because above the island that we're standing on, you can't really tell, but above the island we're standing on is the island that's, I think it's called like Thunderhead Island or something, and that's where this storm is, okay? And then beneath that island is Dragonhead Island, and that's the one we're standing on. And beneath it, obviously where we are, is where we find the sage. It's normally this whole process. Apparently there's some quest, and that's related to it that apparently we didn't do, but whatever. Also, now I'm kind of on a time crunch because the construction noise that's been on and off, currently off, by the way, it's about to get much louder because the construction is going from in front of my neighbor's house to in front of my house. And so it's about to get much louder. So either I'm on a time crunch to do this with commentary, or I'm going to be muting my commentary for big portions of what we're doing. And yeah, or I'll be muting myself for long periods so that we can finish this either way. But either way, the editing that's going to be required to do this is going to be quite a bit. It's going to be quite a bit because if we're hoping to finish this, there's a lot I need to be trimming up and cutting out just to show the most important bits so that we can actually finish this. in a timely manner. Anyway, so look, we did the thing.
リンク、ゼルダを守りし騎士よ。どうかそれを光の指し示す先へ。
Yeah, won't they be surprised when I told them, hey, I found it. They're like, what do you mean you found the fifth sage? Like, trust me, I found it. Go ahead and pick this up, I guess. So it says take this. Am I exactly how? Are you gonna give me like a glider? Oh, perfect. Perfect. They know. They're gonna give me a glider. Okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and take these materials, and I am going to go to wherever this is. Wherever this wants me to be going. I'm also gonna grab some portion of these, because there's materials I need. Because getting to this island took more than you would think. So, yeah, getting to this island was quite the ordeal, so just trust me. Okay, so we are flying down right now, and you can see what I made. I had the thing mounted on front, add a couple of fans for some speed. That's what's happening. I need to actually go, like, level out, because when we lose battery, I need enough height to be able to glide down to it. Okay, we actually had too much height. Okay, we're actually going to pull right back to kill it, so that we fall like a brick. Oh! Wow, that was perfect. That was perfect. That was incredible. Wow. That was so smart, pulling back to kill the airspeed so I just fall like a brick. That was perfect. I'm so proud of that. And I don't even feel bad about saying how proud I am of that. It was perfect. Okay. We got the mask to the thing. And then it unlocked something new. Yeah, so apparently this next quest thing is quite the thing. Yeah, and apparently we fight a giant construct of some kind in the depths, apparently. Apparently. Alright, well. Farther in we go. Hi-ho! It's almost like rhythmic the way Link is walking. Hum-dee-dum, dum. They're like, could you focus just for a second? Could you just take it seriously? There? Okay. I was assuming it was going to give me like an A prompt, and it didn't. Interesting.
リンク、ゼルダを守りし騎士よ。早く、一刻も早く、私たちは出会わなければなりません。
Hey, you got it. As soon as possible. Oh, well. We're in a new part of the depths. There's 2 light routes within eyesight immediately. So that's good to know. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Okay, but before we get to that, just hear me out. Okay, so we lit up the route, and let me show you where we are. We're kind of right here in this little dark spot. And now we need to grab this and take it to that. Now there's another light route over there behind us, but I mean, I might go closer to that if it matters. But at the moment, it doesn't appear to be objective important. I mean, if we get closer. At the moment, I was just focusing on getting this thing over there, and I didn't want to run all the way over there, so... We will do it if it matters. Oh. Gonna be honest, Okay. Oh, you know, okay, hang on a minute. Maybe we should try being smart for just a second. Okay, yeah. Like, maybe we should try not being an idiot for just a moment. Oh, I know what they're gonna make me do. I know what they're gonna make me do. I mean, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
私の名はミネル。魂の賢者。あなたがここに来てくれたおかげで、やっとお話しすることができます。今の私は魂だけの存在。新たなよりしろがなければ、あなたと真にまみえることができません。ここより見える4つの蔵。そのすべてをめぐり、我がよりしろを作り上げてほしいのです。どうかお願いします。リンク、ゼルダを守りし騎士よ。
Yep. Okay. Well, it's pretty much what I thought overall. It's pretty much what I thought. I was assuming that I was gonna have to assemble the body. I was right about that. It is all in this area, though, which I was wrong about. I assumed it was gonna be, like, scattered across the depths. It's gonna be 4 pieces. That's what I assumed it was gonna be. And it's in this, it's like we're basically in a temple, essentially. Time-wise, though, we do not have time to do this. Now, I have time more in the episode, but, like, if I spend the rest of the episode doing this stuff, which we easily could do, and even that would be a stretch. See, we're at this crossroads, and that's the problem. Because options-wise, I have 2. Option A is to just do this like a normal episode, and we'll just do this part, and it's fine. The issue is, after this piece of, like, assembling this construct, we go fight Ganon. Now, we go fight Ganondorf. Now, I don't know where he is exactly, so that might be more involved. So maybe that's an episode worth, and maybe it's worth it to just do this and mostly on camera, treat this like a normal episode, and so that way the next part can be the finale. I mean, and honestly, I probably should do it that way, because the other option is I could heavily edit this, and I could mostly run around this place, grab the things we need, and then show you the completed product, and then we could do that part, and then hopefully there's time in the episode without making it stupid long to go fight Ganondorf after that, technically. And I technically shouldn't do it that way, because time-wise we're low on time. So I guess we'll just have to do it the other way, because we'll have to treat this like a more or less like a regular episode, because it's just a little unrealistic to just, like, thinking we're gonna do this entire thing, and I would have to almost cut the entire thing, like almost the entire experience of being here. I would have to cut almost all of it, and then I don't know what the in-between is. Now, for all I know, the in-between is you just go fight him. Like, he's just standing in an arena somewhere, and you just go fight him. Don't worry about that. They can't catch me anyway. Anyway, so for all I know, that's all it is, right? But it's probably not. It's probably more involved than that. So whatever the quote-unquote more involved is would greatly shift how this all plays out. So, you know. Alright, left arm. Ah, there's that noise. That's good. That's nice. That's nice and loud. So if you thought it was loud before, and we thought we could disguise it before and kind of worked with it, now that machine is literally in my driveway. So, no, can't ignore that. So now our options are even more limited, because either we continue this episode and in silence, and I mute my mic and I show you the highlights, or we pause it and I return to it maybe a different day when these guys go get a hobby. I don't know. I guess I'll mute my mic, and then I'll cut to the highlights. So, I don't know how much you're going to see of this, but, and for all I know, I decided screw it, and we're going to do this episode in this, we're going to finish this game in this episode regardless, and, because my mic is muted anyway, right, so maybe I show the highlights and it's really fast, so I'm going to mute my mic, and I will see you whenever I see you. Okay, so, we are back. Don't worry about all this. Yonobo is in combat with a whole bunch of bokoblins whom I ticked off, but it doesn't matter, okay? Just gonna go ahead and slide this out. Okay, so I know technically I said that I wasn't gonna try and finish it in this episode, but I changed my mind. We are gonna try and finish everything in this episode. And so I have assembled all of the pieces. For the most part, it wasn't hard, it was just time consuming. It was just puzzle stuff. There was a few enemies and stuff, like as you can see, they're still shooting at all those black bokoblins on the other side of that bridge, who are not coming over here, by the way. Anyway, but for the most part, the whole goal was to get all the pieces to the center area. And everything involved some puzzling, and then, because you get there, and then as you saw that big brick that I had, well, that big brick contained the piece, and so you had to, sometimes you'd have to, I mean, the whole thing was you were, like, maybe you'd have to attach all these pieces to the brick, and then you'd have to drive through lava, or attach all these pieces to the brick, and then go up, like ascend an elevator that wasn't working, or whatever. Most of them I did the way the game probably intended you to do them. There was a couple of them that the game probably intended you to do it one way, and I didn't want to do it that way, so I found another way to do it. Like one of them was there was a big track that spirals upwards, but every few feet there's a big support that blocks this like U-shape thing from going all the way through, because it looked very similar to the Terrytown tram thing. Picture a rail like that, but picture on the top of the rail, there's all these supports that stop you from being able to just like attach a couple fans to it and have it blow itself all the way to the top of the track. And so what I did was I took fans from all the elevators, I attached them to the brick, I attached a control stick to it, and I made like a little hovercraft, and I just hovercrafted my way to the very top, and then I also skipped the section after that for the same reason, because my little hovercraft allowed me to just skip it, and so stuff like that. So for the most part, not hard at all, just time consuming. It took quite a while. I would say cut away, but I stopped recording because I knew how long it was going to be, and so but I've been not recording. I mean, basically, for lack of a better word, cut away for a very long time. So not hard. It was just very time consuming. So the point is, don't worry about it, okay? I did it. And it's not a real temple, it's a factory. Anyway, but regardless, it was time consuming. But the point is, we did it now, so it matters not. Oh, mercy.
感謝します、リンク。最後に必要なものがあと一つだけあります。それは我が魂の秘跡。
Oh, cool. Located here, let's go there together. Obviously, she's reading it, but, you know, I have old habits. Yeah, I'm sure.
あなたが組み上げてくれたよりしろ。ゴーレムには秘めたる力が。あそこへ行けばわかるはずです。
Oh. So you can, I remember you can outfit the construct with stuff, I believe. Okay. Construct abilities, Link can ride on Mineru's construct. I remember that. There's my little cart, by the way. That's kind of funny. So, all right, dismount. I know. They're still very mad at all those black bokoblins, which are very far away and not going to do anything. So first, I definitely want the old iron ball. What? I was literally in the middle of it. Link, the weapons here can draw forth true power. Attach one to the hand and your power in combat will be magnified several-fold. Road to Secret Stone is long and arduous. I recommend that you take stops in each armory along the way. Operating the construct, you're prepared for whatever you may face. You can attach things to the hands or back of the construct. The attached weapons can augment the construct's movement or combat abilities. Hey, you should let go of the fact that there's dudes over there. You know... Look how far away. You can't even, like, barely see them from here, okay? And they're not doing anything. Like, I don't know why they're getting electrocuted over and over, but... I mean, hear me out, right? I just have to make it there. I don't even need to take that stupid construct. Right? I mean, surely, like, it'll just follow, right? Yeah, so it'll follow. It'll be fine. New plan, new strategy. A better one. Okay, well... So far, mostly so good. This thing gets stuck on darn near everything. But if you let that go, it's going well. So, we're grabbing this. I'm sure the construct will catch up. I'm sure I don't have to actually take it there with me. I'm just grabbing this because obviously light is better than not, so... You know, you could probably expect me to do this. If there's any more lights along the way, I'll grab them. And otherwise, you can expect that. So, I'll probably see you when anything actually really important is happening. Okay, so our thing is right above us. There's enemies nearby. So I was kind of hoping that maybe I could just sort of stealth grab this. Okay, obviously, we're kicking things off. We're very close. Links, the Spirit Temple's construct cannot and climb a sheer cliff face. Construct might be modified. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna attach rockets to it. Relax. We did it. The Spirit Temple, the vessel of the Spirit's resting place. Apparently there's a whole other temple over here. Man, the amount of footage we're just blowing through here. It's just freaking nonsense. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. Maybe it's not a real temple, huh? Maybe it's just like a fight. I say with no confidence. Well, well, there it is. I don't assume it's going to be as easy as walk over and grab it. Although, I mean, you know, they'll be like walk over, get into a fight, and then grab it, but... It'll be fine. Really quick, though. Sorry, that was not it. Sorry, that was still not it. Alright. Now we're ready. I'm just curious. It's still not it. Okay. Alright. We're ready. I am ready to get into whatever this fight is. Like all these spike balls. It's all I need. That's all you need, really. Is just as many spike balls as humanly possible. The last time I was in one of these arenas, it went really well, so... Totally. The Sea's constructs. Yeah, totally. It's not it.
行きましょう。必ずここでゴーレムを食い止めます。力ずくではあの守りは突破できます。他の方法を考えましょう。さすがに頑丈ですね。弾き飛ばすことならできるのですが。今のは聞いたようです。
There you go. Now you have a strategy. Alright, I got it. I mean, up until they switch plans on how it works. He stopped right before he got there. That's neato. It matters not, because he's about to hit it again. Do not touch me with those weird pedo hands. That's like his weird diddle hands. You stay away from me with all of that. You thought he had weird diddly hands before.
予備の腕まで起動しました。気をつけて。素早い移動に惑わされないで。動きが止まる瞬間をつきましょう。
Nope, you stay away from me. Hang on. Closing the gap. Wait for it. I'm gonna get touch you. That's such a weird weapon. Yay! I'm gonna poke you with my creepy little finger. Yay. We did the thing. Oh, save me. We did it. Oh, cool. I was about to say, can I grab this from the back of this thing? The answer is yes. I'm just gonna assume that, forward! I was about to say, I'm just gonna assume that I have to grab this from the back of the construct and I can't just run up and grab it, so I was right.
私は誇り高きゾナウ族にして魂の賢者、そしてゼルダの思いを知りあなたに合力する者、ミネル。やっと会えましたね、リンク。ありがとう。あなたのおかげでこうして秘跡を取り戻すことができました。本来であればあなたがプルアパッドを手にすると同時に私も目覚め、あのゴーレムに魂を宿して導くつもりが、魔王の手先に乗っ取られ妨害されていたのです。それをあなたは自力で私までたどり着いてくれた。リンク、手を。魂の賢者ミネルの名において力を授けましょう。さあ、受け取ってください。私とあなたには深い縁が結ばれました。これからはあのゴーレムに魂を宿し、あなたの力となりましょう。
Okay. I am one who lived in the distant past and the age of Hyrule's founding. Circumstances forced me to forsake my body and become a being of pure spirit. Long have I slumbered within Zelda's Parapad in order to share what I knew when it passed into your hands. I apologize that our meeting has been so long delayed. The Demon King's interference is to blame. Nevertheless, I ask your pardon. Hey, no problem. Now, on to the topic at hand. In my own age, the distant past, from your perspective, Zelda awakened us awakened as the Sage of Time and appeared before us. What I must relate to you is a tragedy that occurred in Hyrule's history. As its crux was Zelda, who held a secret stone and traversed time. She made a momentous decision in those days gone by. I would have you know of the resolve she poured into that blade, the Master Sword. Is this when they, like, verbatim spell it out?
神の末裔ゾナウ族は大いなる英知とともに天より地上へと降臨しました。神の遺産、持つ者の力を倍化させる秘宝、秘跡を携えて、私の弟ラウルはゾナウの術をもって民を導き、そこで出会った地上の娘ソニアと結ばれました。ラウルはソニアに一つの秘跡を送り、そして二人は大地に国を起こしました。ラウルが王、ソニアが王妃となった王国の名はハイラル。二人は多くの民と共に繁栄の礎を築いていったのです。しかし突如悲劇が訪れました。砂漠より現れた邪悪なる者、ゲルドの頭目ガノンドロフがソニアの命を奪い、彼女の秘跡を手に入れたのです。ガノンドロフは秘跡の力で人から魔王へと変貌を遂げ、あまたの魔物を生み出し世界を襲いました。ハイラル王国は襲い来る魔物たちと懸命に戦いましたが、邪悪な力に押され窮地に立たされていったのです。ラウルはその状況を打開すべく一つの策を講じました。力ある戦士たちに秘跡を託し、賢者となった彼らと魔王ガノンドロフを倒そうとしたのです。数で勝るラウルたちは魔王を打ち果たせるはずでした。しかし 魔王の力は想像をはるかに超えて膨れ上がっていました。私はその猛攻の前に倒れ、もはや我らに勝機はありませんでした。そしてラーズは最後の手段を決意したのです。
一度見ておるぞ。終わりだ。
その慢心が命取りぞ、ガノンドルフ。
魔力を奪う我を封印するつもりか。小賢しい貴様には似合いの技よ。引くも進むもかなわぬぞ。
侮るな。もとより引く道など持たぬ覚悟。
我にとっては万年も瞬きと同じ。何も変わらぬ。
いや、悠久の先、貴様を討つ者が必ず現れる。大魔の剣を持つ剣士リンク、この名を忘れるな。
リンク、面白い。楽しみにしておくぞ。
Well, that was intense. You know, this tragedy is the imprisoning war. Though it took all we were able to give, we succeeded in imprisoning the Demon King. But I was wounded in the process, my body was soon to expire. That was when Zelda came to me, bearing a decayed and broken sword. Yes, you will recall how the Master Sword vanished from your hand at the Temple of Time. From there, it traveled into the distant past, appearing in Zelda's hands. And now you hold it once again.
ではその剣もあなたと同じように時を超えてきたと。
はい、元いた時代で私は見たのです。このマスターソードが砕けながらも魔王に傷を負わせたところを。
我らの力がまるで通じなかったあの魔王に。しかしその剣で何をしようというのです。
マスターソードは聖なる力を満たし続けることでより強靭な剣として再生します。
確かに再生と強化が可能なのであれば魔王に対する切り札になり得るかもしれない。しかし魔王に対抗できるほどの力を持たせるには長い長い時間が必要でしょう。それほど途方もない間聖なる力で満たし続けるなど一体どうやって。
方法はあります。
まさか。
はい、あの術で私が。
言ったはずです。あれは禁断の術、人を捨てるということだと。それをあなたは。 人には戻れないのですよ。
剣を手にした時確信したのです。私はこのために時を超えてきたのだと。私はマスターソードを復活させリンクに届けたい。
わかりました。決意は固いようですね。こたびのことは我らゾナウのおごりが招いたも同然。私も残された命のすべてをあなたの言う勇者リンク殿にかけ最善を尽くしましょう。我が肉体が滅びようとも魂の続く限り。
There you go. There's the full lore dump, which of course we knew all these things, but because we got all the memories, obviously, the dragon tears or whatever they're called. So we already knew all this, but you know, here's them spelling it out. Afterwards, Zelda and I discussed strategy. We laid the groundwork for guiding you in the distant future. Before the gloom's affliction took my life, I became a spirit and entered the Purapad. Then Zelda did what she felt she must and began the forbidden process. She believed you would use the Master Sword to defeat the Demon King and restore peace to Hyrule. You already have in hand the type of the hope that Zelda left to you, the sword that seals the darkness, the Master Sword. Go now, Link. With the Sword of Hope that Zelda left to you, you will surely smite Demon King Ganondorf. Let's do it, bro. I'm ready for it. The Vow of Mineru, the Sage of Spirit. Use it to summon the construct. Oh man, if I had known you got the construct too, I would have gone for this way earlier. Anyway. Obviously that would be, I imagine that's the official quest to get the Master Sword, I guess? Or maybe there's another one, like to, I don't know, or maybe that's another chance to get the Master Sword? What do you want? Not that it matters, I'm not gonna do it. I've been tasked with Mineru with gathering materials for the depths. This is meant to aid in her research. Spirit Temple, offer you my deepest thanks. Take off my gratitude. Ancient Blade. Whoa, ancient dagger-like blade, too small to wield as a weapon, but it can be used as an arrowhead. Oh wow. I can fuse that to an arrow. Previously informed you that Mineru tasked me with excavating materials. So once this material was Zonite, I'll ask you to offer me all you can spare. Payment in return. 1 ancient blade for every 50 pieces of Zonite you supply. Oh, just in case you want to go absolutely hambone with arrowheads, I guess. Well, that's interesting. Alright, let's go talk to Purah. Purah, I did the thing, but first, I want to look like a hero. We'll just do this, and we'll go over here. Purah, I did the thing! It was very time-consuming. And it was like, although it was, the amount of footage it took is shockingly short, considering all the work I did. Anyway, well, did you find anything about the 5th Sage? I got it, we're good. You found the Sage of Spirit? Mineru? This is incredible. That means we have the 5 sages. Fantastic work, Link. I can't believe this is actually one of the sages who faced off against the Demon King alongside Princess Zelda. And now we have news about the princess. That's some relief in that, at least. So, in the ancient past, Princess Zelda worked to restore the decayed Master Sword and return it to your hand, trusting that you would defeat the Demon King in the present day. She did so much all on her own. I'm like, oh, it gets crazier. The Master Sword was restored, you say? When were you planning on telling me? And you found it in the head of a white dragon of all places? That's hard to believe. However, that was Princess Zelda's wish, one she believed in so strongly that she gave her life to see it through for us. Thank you for finding the sword, Link. I have to say, you really don't look quite yourself unless you've got the Master Sword at your side. Now then, it seems you have all you need. You're prepared to face our enemy. Yay! Yay, all the things are being completed. We need to determine where the Demon King is lurking. It seems unlikely that he'd still be in Hyrule Castle. I can't think of any place he'd be here on the surface. That must mean the depths. Well, wouldn't you say there's a high probability he's in the depths? Do what you think is best, of course, but my suggestion is to ask Josha for any info she may have. She's enthusiastic about investigating the depths, so I'm sure she'd be happy to help out. Whoa, so the Demon King is in the deepest reaches of the depths, far beneath Hyrule Castle. As usual, you're one step ahead of me, Link, and you look so calm and collected despite what you're up against. You navigated the depths, which are incredibly dangerous and home to all sorts of nasty creatures. Not to mention all the gloom down there. It must have been a very challenging investigation, and yet you did it. Thank you, Link, so much. Josha turned out to be pretty capable, huh? That kid was working tirelessly to gather information. She wanted to be of use to you. Make sure you let her know her help wasn't valuable, yeah? With this, preparations are complete. Now our target is the deepest reaches of the depths beneath Hyrule Castle. Of course, I'll let you all the sages know right away when you head to face the Demon King. You're not alone in this. Princess Zelda's final wish. Please hit the Demon King right in the face for me. Oh, I will. Now we have an official objective to destroy Ganondorf, so that's pretty pog. Okay, we're not actually chasing the Goron kid. Wanted to check my meals one last time. Let's see here. Whoops, sorry. My little Goron friend. Okay, how many slots do I got? Probably a row, because I don't imagine this is full. So, as far as what I have left, I don't know how valuable most of it is. Although Prime Meat's probably really strong. Alright, I'm gonna make some meals here, and I will see you when we're doing something productive. Okay, really quick. I made a whole bunch of meals, including this fancy one. Look at this. So I actually made two that were, they're all meat. It's very good. Many of them are very strong, but I discovered that I have iron mushrooms, which increase your defense, and so I made one that I added one meat, and I had four iron shrooms, and I got lucky, and it got critical, or whatever you call it, and so it also happens to give me like 15 hearts. I think it's what, 10? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so you get 10 hearts, and I get 3 minutes and 50 seconds of defense, so that's all very good. But I wanted to check in with Josha to see if I could tell her, hey, you did the thing, you're really good, I love you. Hi, swordsman, welcome back. You look like you're in a good mood. Did you discover something? Wow, you defeated Koga? Well, of course you did. You're the swordsman. So, did he have any clues about Princess Zelda? Like, it's complicated. Oh, no, nothing, huh? Well, even so, that's one less danger for the princess. I'm not even surprised you did all this. You're the swordsman. I'll be hard at work here with my research into the depths, so you just come and let me know if you find anything out, swordsman. I'm like, actually, Doc praised my work. Because of my research, you were able to locate the Demon King. Really? Wait, the Demon King? You mean like the Demon King? Not just any old Demon King, but the Demon King? Wow, the Demon King. So, anyway, the Demon King might hold the answer regarding Princess Zelda's whereabouts. Obviously, I'm not allowed into the depths myself, being a kid and all, but I want to continue to help out, even if I can't go. I'm really poured my heart into researching the depths, and all that work really paid off. I'm so happy I put all my all into this. Thank you for telling me, swordsman. She's so cute, dude. You're fun. I wish you success in life. Okay, well, technically what we could do, actually, we could just jump, we could go over here and jump. Because I think I would assume the chasm is actually beneath Hyrule Castle, like literally. There's a giant crater beneath the castle. I would assume the chasm that they're talking about is at the bottom of that. I assume. Hopefully that's true. Alright, well, if I'm right, ideally, it should be down here. Yeah. That looks a lot like a giant chasm to me. Ooh. Look at that. A light route. Well, obviously I know where I want to begin. Oh, is it already activated? Oh no, maybe not. No, it's not. Okay. Not activated. It is now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. So this is going to require some serious explanation. Okay, how do we begin here? So, I don't know what I'm going to be able to show in editing. So this has been an interesting ordeal. So initially what happened is yesterday, obviously at the time of recording this, I recorded what I thought was going. I mean, I recorded the finale of this game. Okay, that's obviously where now the beginning parts of this video, most of this video is untouched. Like it's just the same stuff that you saw is the stuff that happened. Okay, for the most part. I assume in editing that what I'm going to do is I will probably show, and again, because by the time I'm editing this, it'll be a couple weeks from the time I'm saying this. And so I don't know exactly how it's going to play out. That's why there's some mystery. But I'm assuming what I will do is I will show everything that I thought was going to happen will happen the same up to the point where we mostly discovered the dungeon. Oh, hang on, quick pause. Okay, anyway, sorry. So I'm assuming that up to the point where we discovered the dungeon and we found that light route that's at the very top of this place, and then we grabbed that, I'm assuming that is probably where I'm going to cut. And everything after that is going to be different. So that is what I'm assuming is going to happen here. And so what initially happened, maybe let's start there, because this is kind of a story. What initially happened was we were underprepared for this dungeon, for the final dungeon. And I was kind of irritable throughout most of that last episode, I feel like. And there was portions of it I was fine, but there was portions of it that, I don't know, I felt like I was really irritable. So, what initially happened was I discovered how insane this last dungeon is. This last dungeon, most every surface is covered in gloom, and that's obviously very scary. And then most of the surfaces are covered in gloom. Almost all the enemies, or most of them, or a chunk of them, do have like gloom stuff attached to their weaponry. So if they hit you, you just lose hearts instantly. Things like that. And so it's real tough. It's really, really tough automatically. And so yeah, and so it's very tough automatically. And so the dungeon is very long and can be confusing if you don't know where to go. Now, but I have done it now because of recent events, and so the second time I knew where to go. But the first time it was really rough trying to find out where to go. Everything's covered in gloom, everything's doing gloom damage, and the fact is we weren't prepared. I was using this armor that was tier 2 and locked at tier 2, and we've talked about me not wanting to grind and do the armors and stuff, and so I didn't, and then we didn't have any meals because I guess I just didn't click. I didn't realize that the last dungeon was going to be so gloom heavy that you better have lots of anti-gloom meals. But we are at the point now. So let me stay on track. So I was underprepared, and so I jumped into the boss fight and subsequently got annihilated. Ganondorf himself has 3 phases of his boss fight, but before that he has, I think, two or three phases of waves of enemies. I think 3. I think there's 3 waves of mobs that attack you. There's a bokoblin wave, a lizard wave, and then I think, what was it? What is the name of those? Gibdos, like those weird-looking creature, zombie-looking things. Then there's a Gibdo wave. Okay, all of those things do gloom damage, as you would probably assume. Now, on my first attempt, the one that was the ending of this video, I did really well in those waves because you can just kite them, to be honest with you. You can just run around, not get hit, for the most part on the waves, and then you just wait till you're out, till all my bros' abilities recharge, and then you just use them, and then you use the bow a lot. You use your bows and arrows a lot, because they're not all like silver, with silver bokoblins or silver lizards or whatever. They're not all that. Like, there's a mixture. There is like 1 or 2 silvers. There's a whole bunch of black ones, but there'll be quite a few blue ones. And so the mobs are all mixed up. It's like some varieties of all of them, right? Now everything does gloom damage, which is scary, but the point is it means that if you're using a good bow, a lot of them, like half of the waves, can die almost instantly if you just shoot them. And so on top of that, and then your allies' abilities, you could just kind of run around and kite them until you wear them out, and then you can do it without getting hit, generally speaking. And Now, you might get hit maybe once or twice or whatever, right? But generally speaking, you can just run around and not get hit very much. So you don't have to spend your very precious materials on that stuff. And so I did really well in that part, but then you get to the actual boss fight, which is one-on-one with Ganondorf. And there's 2 phases of going one-on-one, like you versus him kind of thing. And the both phases are scary. He has lots of move sets, and they are really... everything does gloom damage, as you would assume. Everything does lots of heart damage, and there's gloom surface stuff everywhere, and it's very scary. So then you get to this third phase. The third phase, I mean, spoiler alert, but you're about to find out. He goes dragon mode, and then you have to fight him in the sky as a dragon. That one, I don't think that one's going to be quite as difficult as the other stuff, as the other 2 in a lot of ways, but we'll know either way. So initially what happened was I barely, keyword on barely, is I barely beat the first phase. So I barely beat the first phase, and I had 1 heart remaining, and 1 heart. To get here, I had to use both of my anti-gloom meals just to get my hearts back to what they were to start the fight. Okay, so then I got annihilated in the fight, and I had to... I used both of my meals, and I had no way of getting hearts back, right? So obviously all of that is very scary. All of that is very, very rough. And so then initially in the video, what I did was, yesterday, what I did is I opened a YouTube video, and we watched the endings, and we just kind of skimmed over the fights, and I lightly talked about, like, how difficult it is. And then we watched all the epilogue endings stuff, and we saw how it all wrapped up and how it all ended. And then we ended the video, and I apologized profusely in the video because I felt really bad and I felt really guilty that this good playthrough. It was a good playthrough, lots of good parts, lots of good commentary, and generally speaking, maybe not my best one because there was lots of moments where I got bitchy because stuff was happening and it was making me angry, like, so, you know. But it was overall it's a great game, and it was a good series more or less on my channel. And then we just had this stupid ending because I was underprepared, right? Which is very much my fault. So I don't know. I felt guilty. I've been feeling guilty about it ever since yesterday because I was like, this is just such a dumb way to end such a great playthrough. So last night as I was laying in bed awake, and I was thinking about the videos that I recorded that day, and I was thinking about what a letdown it all was, and how it's just such a terrible way to end such a good series. So I decided last night that I was like, you know what, like, it's not too late. I have the save where before I'm like, you know, jumped into the fight, right? So I have the save, and I can easily warp out. I could just leave, and I could get prepared for real. And so then I was debating on how prepared I wanted to be. I'm like, do I just make a whole bunch of meals and then go right back in, or do I do more work, like, to get even better prepared? And so I actually decided to get really prepared. And it's maybe not even as prepared as I could have been if I'm willing to do more grind, because I'm also not under a super sharp deadline because I record weeks out of all my videos, usually like 2 to 3. And so I have 2 to 3 weeks of backlog built up on every playthrough I have going all the time. And more than that on my side project, by the way. Anyway, and so, because I record all those in advance, that obviously that's why. Anyway, and so, because of that, I was like, you know, I have time if I wanted to try and really fix this. So this is going to be the first attempt, and I will probably, if this one doesn't work and I have to get more prepared, I might I'll cut somewhere near all of this explanation, and then I'll maybe mention that it didn't work this time, and then I went for more grinding, and then came back another time, and then we did it for real with even better stuff. So there is a chance of that happening, but we'll see. So off camera, so what I did is, yesterday, or no, I guess all of that was 2 days ago. Sorry, that was Friday. Today's Sunday. And so then Saturday is when I did a lot of grinding. So yesterday when I was grinding after Friday's video 2 days ago, all my days run together. So what I did is I warped out. The first thing I did is I made a lot of meals. So there's big gaps now because I've been doing lots of fights and things have been happening. So what I did is first I made these earlier. These were from back when we were just recording this like on camera. So they're like defense up bonuses. I don't know how useful that's going to be now, especially because we have better armor, which I'll get to. I made lots of meals of heart restoration. I had to use, I think, one of them already just to get back to my hearts to this point. But they have, it's like most of them are 12 heart restorations. And then with one of them being 6, one of them being 9, and then the other one being 12. I have more Sundelions as well, so I could make more of these if I needed to. They're not really big on restoring hearts because I just getting my broken hearts back so that I could use all these other good meals that I have was my priority at the time. The other ones that I made, and this ones will pop before the actual fight, is I discovered if you bake those weird little things that you get from Gloom Hands, if you make those into meals, they give you Gloom Resistance. And so I figured that the goal here is that I'm going to pop these before we actually start fighting, and I will do as much as possible, and then I'll see about if you have Gloom Resistance active and then you're doing the fight, do you need, does it take way longer to burn through your hearts? So that's kind of the wondering there. So I've made quite a few meals. Hopefully it's enough. And like I said, if not, we might be doing this grind thing again, more grinding off camera. But that's what I have so far. There's no reason to care too much about temporary hearts because Gloom burns through all of them immediately. If you lose one quote-unquote heart, it will burn through all of your temporary ones first. So temporary hearts do not mean almost anything in this. So really, it's just nice to get the full recovery, but the temporary hearts mean almost nothing. Anyway, so if you're wondering why I have stealth up active, I was burning through my elixirs because I was carrying a lot of elixirs, and one of the first things I did to make room for food is I ate, even though I was full health at the time, but I ate a lot of my really low level stuff, like 1 heart, 2 heart, 3 heart meals that were on top. I ate through a lot of those. Just as you can see, I have a lot more high stuff now, generally speaking. And I did that to make room for all the stuff I was making. So that's one of the things I did off camera. Another thing I did off camera is I went, because we were 3 of 4 on our little orbs, which actually we won't have any now. But we were 3 of 4 on our orbs, and so because of that, I was like, I could go back and hit one more shrine and then get an extra heart. So I went back and hit a shrine that we discovered and didn't do, and then now we have 1 extra heart. That's where that's from. Now, when it comes to the weapons, you'll see some of these because these Gibdo bones, they are very powerful, but fragile, supposedly. Now, I have a huge stack of Gibdo bones, but the reason I decided it was probably worth doing is because a lot of these weapons are kind of squishy anyway, like the low durability anyways. And so because of that, I was like, well, you may as well, if I'm only going to get a few hits anyway, you may as well just put Gibdo bones on it, make it really juiced, and then get a few really good hits on it. So that's why I did that. And then when it comes to the armor, so the armor I decided also to do work on. I was doing research and I discovered that the soldier's armor obviously is very high defense. This is only tier 2 and we're at 36 defense right now. And like my go-to set is 8 for tier 2. And so you have to go to tier 3 to get the same defense. So you get an extra tier of defense on tier 2 for Soldier's Helm because they're very highly defensive. Also, accidentally, I discovered the last piece of the Royal Guard uniform. So if you wanted to see what that looks like, there you go. Anyway, and so there's no set bonus for wearing the full set. I was curious if there was. There's not. But the defense is very good. I was also curious what happens if you got this to tier 2. And the bonus is Shining Steps, by the way. So as you're running around with the Miner set, you'll see a little glow where you've been. And so you can follow your trail. And so I guess if you were in the depths, maybe that would be helpful. I was just curious what would happen. But what I decided is I was like, we had like 2 of the 3 pieces of the soldier set at the time anyway, and then when I was looking to how to improve them, what they wanted for tier 2 for soldier was way cheaper than what they wanted for tier 3 of the Hylian stuff, and top of the fact that it's more defensive anyway. So I got the soldier set to tier 2, and although going through the dungeon, for the most part, I was switching sets very rapidly between the Phantom set that we sometimes use for combat, that we've been mostly using for most of the game, switching to the Climber set so that I could rapidly climb walls and climb through gloom and all that stuff. Anyway, and so now we're wearing the soldier set. I hope that the defensive capabilities make me a little more tanky, and so those are all of the things that I did off camera. Those are all of the things that I did off camera. So, maybe we'll grab this one. Anyway, and so I killed lots of bosses. For tier 3 for the soldier set, they want High Nox Guts, and the High Noxes aren't that hard to beat, especially when you have a giant crowd of bros supporting you. And so the Hinoxes are not very hard to beat, and so the grind is just time consuming because they want I think 9, and I think I have 3 now, so I have to kill like 6 more Hinoxes to get enough guts, and that was only if and guts are not a guaranteed drop, and so the guaranteed is you have to fight the black Hinoxes, which I think are the toughest ones, or maybe second to highest tier of Hinoxes. The guts are supposedly 100% chance on those ones. It's 50% on the blue Hinoxes, and the blue Hinoxes that I killed didn't drop it at all. So if it is 50%, I rolled very badly on both of them. And the red ones, which is just the bottom tier Hinox, the chance is so low that apparently it's not even worth giving you the stats. So it's a very much a mixed bag. So I didn't want to grind on that if I didn't have to. I was hoping that we could do it with what we have now, with the food we have now, and all that stuff. So I did a lot of grinding off camera, and I did a lot of exploring in Hyrule Castle because I was trying to find this armor set, which was right in the beginning, by the way. Somehow it was really obvious, and somehow I missed it. I don't know how that happened. But anyway, so yeah, so that's what we did off camera. So now we find ourselves in this room. So the dungeon is mostly behind us. We are at the end of the dungeon, and so I'm just going to tell myself you don't need to see that. Because going through this dungeon is a lot of me just, like, rapidly gliding through things. And just, like, gliding past enemies and running past enemies. And I only fought a couple of enemies in, like, one of the rooms because there was only 2 enemies in there. And so, even though they were tough and it took forever. But I killed them so I could loot the room because there was a lot of good weapons lying around. And I was trying to refill my weapons. And so I did that. But otherwise, mostly it's just running past enemies. There's a straight up, like, silver-maned Lionel in the middle of the dungeon, by the way. I just obviously ran past him before he could do anything to me. And the entire edge of the arena is covered in gloom, so you have to climb through lots of gloom to get to where you need to be. Which is very scary because the Lionel is shooting at you with a bow. But anyway, so now we find ourselves in this room. This is obviously the mural room, where me and Zelda almost interacted with Ganon the first time. In the very beginning of the episode, in the very beginning of the playthrough, I mentioned that it's a little weird that those rocks were destructible. Well, it's because it would be spoiling the entire plot. The reason those rocks are blocking everything and that you weren't seeing it is because it tells you everything that happens. It tells you about, them getting pushed to the brink, the Zonai, and almost losing. It tells you about Zelda and all of the rest of the champions, and then the king fighting the Demon King. It tells about the fact that Zelda and the Master Sword and all that stuff and the whole time period thing. Like, it tells about everything. It tells about the Light Dragon and the ascension of that and all that stuff. Like, it spoils everything. So it makes sense that Zelda couldn't see it because that's going to tell her what was about to happen to her, which would, be a little bit scary. Anyway, so that was a lot of talking. I know that was a lot of talking, but I really wanted to, like, clue you in on what had happened and what the situation was. So we're gonna go into this fight. I will probably just mute my microphone, and then I will unmute it should we succeed, or in key moments. And so I don't know how much is gonna get shown. I might just show most things straight and do light trimming just to speed up if I'm just like big sections where I'm not doing any real damage, that kind of thing. So we're gonna get through this. It's gonna be fine, and I'm really gonna try my hardest not to get angry at this. Okay. So if I am not good enough to do this, the third idea I have is like right now I could just leave. I could just literally warp out. See, so I can warp out right now if I wanted to. So if I need to, I can cut the recording after all that explanation. I can do more grinding, and then in this upcoming week or whatever, if I can get the soldier's armor to tier 3 for even more defense, then we could try again. But personally, I'm hoping it'll be fine. And so I'm gonna try and save the Master Sword for actual Ganondorf. So I'm gonna just try to get away with using random weapons, and I'll be mostly kiting these early enemy waves. For the most part, I'm just gonna be kiting them because I don't want to be fighting them. Oh, Link. Okay, we're good. Sorry, I was hoping I could just like glide through all that whole thing. Anyway, so we will see, but that's what I'm hoping. The imprisoning chamber. Well, I'm saved up there, and it's probably fine. Anyway, so yeah, we'll see. But I'm hoping we can just do this, and it'll be fine. All right, let's see. Isn't it behind me? Yes. So, partway through the dungeon, by the way, I don't know if you knew this, but partway through the dungeon, you lose your sage's abilities. Your sages cannot reach you after a certain point. Anyway, and so your sage is like the last half, like maybe not half, the last quarter of the dungeon. The sages cannot help you, so it makes it even scarier. That's why my sages aren't appearing, and I don't have like the gust ability, you know, that kind of thing. I could just save it right here, to be honest with you, because I would have to traverse that again. Anyway. Alright, kids, here we go. I'm gonna take a second here. I'm gonna mute my mic. We're gonna land, and I will see you on the other side. Here's hoping we can do this.
古の過ちを今償いましょう。魔王との長く因縁に決着を。
So far, so good. We're kiting like a champion right now. Okay, that was a little messy. I had some trouble kiting. Oh, I forgot there was a Moblin wave. Anyway, I had some trouble hitting that stupid airborne ones. It's so hard to see. Okay, that went good. Never got hit, obviously, so you'd love to see that. I think that's all the waves, though. Yeah, okay. So here comes the real stuff. Okay, like all that was just foreplay.
あれは魔王の正気か。あそこにやつが。
魔王め、またこやつらを生み出し、我らを挟み撃ちにするつもりか。
こいつらは俺たちの因縁の相手。リンクは手出し無用だぞ。
リンクは先に進んでほしいゴロ。賢者の力見せてやるゴロ。大丈夫、一度倒してる相手だ。オイラたちなら余裕だよ。
言ってください、リンク。あなたに全てを託します。
Fun fact, if you don't help all your bros, they actually have to go fight. You have to go through a gauntlet and fight all those bosses again yourself, by the way. Just in case you're curious. From what I was reading, apparently, that's how that works. So yeah, altogether, it went really well. Initially, I almost used some of my gloom meals, but at the last second, I decided not to, because I'm like, really, I can just kite. I shouldn't have to use my meals, because I can just kite, you know what I mean? So I don't have any little ones, so I don't really think it's worth using one of my big meals on 2 hearts, you know what I mean? So I think we might just pop resistance, but I can pop a resistance in the fight. And this way I know the timer won't run down, so we'll probably wait just like all this. We'll just probably wait anyway, regardless. Anyway, some part of me, I mean, like, I have nothing to lose at this point, so I don't think for a second this is going to work. Maybe, I mean, screw it. It doesn't matter anymore. Okay, I didn't think so. I was just like, sometimes, you know, weird things happen. I was curious if you just did it again, if you could get your, I don't know, if you could get your hearts back anyway. But anyway, let's see. Higher maximum number of hearts, the more its attack power increases. I only get a few shots, but, you know, no better time to use them than here. I would have liked to have looted that other room, the room with all those random enemies in there, but I looted as best I could, obviously, but I have a couple bow slots open now, and, you know, shields and stuff were doing fantastic. I certainly don't need shields. The weapons were doing fine, because mostly I was using my bow and kiting. That's why my bows are getting burned through a little bit more. Anyway, it is what it is. I'm just stalling. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Muting the microphone again, and, here's hoping we can do this.
これよりこの地をあるべき姿に戻す。世界は我が統べる、我が定める。それこそが王である。活目せよ。真の王の復活とその世界の始まりよ。
Wow, I freaking walked all over him on that one. We did really good. Whew. Obviously, that's not the... Last time I got annihilated when I did that.
血が湧き肉が踊る。そして体の隅々までがさらなる力の解放を渇望しておる。
Not good. Cool. Watch this health bar. This is like comical. Anyway, I'm gonna mute again. We're about to lock in.
幕引きの時間だ。今度は腕だけでは済まさん。
オイラも一緒に。
今の真剣じゃな。
魔王なんかやっつけてやるゴロ。
リク、遅くなってすまない。
魔王、貴様を倒す。ガノンドルフ、今こそ決着を。
Okay, well, we're going through it so far, but man, that phase was ass. But we're getting there.
我は万物を据える全能なり認めぬたかが人の子一匹にもはや血がも肉体もいらぬ貴様らを地獄の道連れに栄光の闇で世界を終わらせてくれるわ
Okay, so far so good. At this point, I think it's probably safe to do my thing. As far as do my thing, I mean commentary, I guess is what I meant there. Coming in. It would be easier if I had what's-his-face's ability. So I could, like, you know, get there a little faster. Yay! Did you see earlier when I was trying to be cheeky and shoot the other one? Anyway, really, this is the play: is you just dive until you get the animation. Once you get the animation, so they can just warp you back upwards. That's really the play. You have to get really low to the ground. For a while, I thought it wasn't gonna work and it was just gonna let me die. Because it's not like I can climb on my own, you know what I mean? Alright, let's see. Where's the last one? Oh, there it is. Nobody panic. I'm trying to catch you. Wait for it. I'm coming in. Oh. I'm sailing in, pal. Alright, I think the last one is on his head, I believe. Yeah, I'm just gonna dive and reset. Rather than trying to do anything else funny. Back to the ground! Save me, my love! That doesn't count. You have to give me the catch me on your head thing. Thank you. There it is, okay. Save me, darling. Pull me back to the sky. Up, please. Okay, we have to hit him in the face. That's probably good. I'm coming in, you stupid little nerd. Trying to avoid getting shot by your little cringe attack. Oh, Lord, that one was close. No! Yes! 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 We did it! I didn't have to be a schlub and just record someone else's ending, and I didn't lie about it. I said that that's what I did, but I don't have to do that. We can just finish it for real. We did do it. Let's go, dude. Yes. Die, you stupid nerd! Die! That's for my waifu. And to a much lesser extent, the rest of Hyrule. Yay, she caught me. You'd love to see it. He went nuclear. Bye, Demon King. With me wearing this, like, knight armor. Well, I mean, it's more hero-like than the Phantom set I was wearing most of the game. Destroy Ganondorf. Complete. We did it. I can't believe we did it, dude. And I, like, did so good this time. Like, it wasn't all pretty. It was there was some struggle, but mostly it was darn good. Like, that first attempt that I did on Friday, I got annihilated. That's not how it went. Well, that's awesome. Hey-oh, I'm shirtless. Let's go. I'm like, my armor, my weapons, my shirt. What happened? And I'm way up in the heavens. I assume that this is Raru one last time. I assume this is him. Yeah, there you go. I was about to say. This is obviously, you know, the king and queen, right? That helped Zelda way back when. Helping her one last time by pulling her out of dragon form. Which is what's about to happen, obviously. We must save her yet again. Let's pull her out of this dragon form. And she did all this for me. She did all this to destroy Ganondorf and to get the sword super juice so that it could be strong enough to fight him. You know? She obviously wouldn't have done this if she had a better option. Yes. For Zelda! And there she is. Look at that. Restored. Let's go. Zelda! Darling! You don't know what I've suffered to save you. Again. There she is, bro. Oh, I am still wearing the knight pants, I just noticed, so I'm still wearing the lower armor. That's pretty funny. Thank you, Queen Sonia and King Raru. I appreciate you. But I don't have time for this, because, we're about to have a very real, physical, earthly problem. Which, you know, you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. Well, there you go. Anyways, back to our physical earthly problem that I mentioned. I'm falling through the sky, and way scarier than that, Zelda's down there, also falling but completely unconscious. So that's not good. My love, I'm coming! Full speed, darling! Once again, I will save you! Zelda, baby! I can save you! I can make it! We have lots of time. I know I can see the ground in the distance. Don't worry about it. I'm almost there! My love, I'm so close. Zelda! I'd say take my hand, but she's still very much unconscious. Strain for love. Yes, we got her. So the good news is we caught my girlfriend. The bad news is we're still now both falling to Earth, to planet side. Well, I would say it's lucky we hit water, but let's be honest, hitting water at that altitude, it would be like running into concrete, so we would still be dead. But don't worry about it, okay? Like, don't ruin the moment, okay? Don't ruin the vibes. It's fine. We don't care about such things because it's a great story. Well, there we go. All right, now we have some cutscenes to get through, and then that'll be the ending for realsies, which will be really hype, but we'll talk more after cutscenes.
Link, どうして？私は届いたのですね。魔王は倒された。夢ではないのですね。よかった。本当によかった。でも、どうして？ かります。私ずっとまどろみの中にいました。そこでとても大きな暖かなものに包まれて目が覚めたんです。ありがとう。私ずっと昔の時代でいろんな人に会いました。あなたに話したいことがたくさんあります。ただいま、リンク。
We did it, bros! I'm all tearing up. It's so good. And it's so much better than the English version. Oh my god. It's so much better than the English version. Oh, it's so good. We did it. I actually went back and I did it. For realsies. I didn't just cheapen out and just like react to the ending of someone else's playthrough. That was our ending, darn it. We did it. That was so hype. That fight is insane, dude. That fight is freaking crazy. Anyway. Oh my goodness. But we did it. We got through it. We saved her. It was super emotional. I teared up a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. And it was that was the good stuff. You love to see that. So yeah, there'll be just lots of cutscene or lots of pictures. So we'll just skip ye old cutscenes and watch the epilogue here, and then that'll be the end of it.
Oh.
こんな広大な土地を丸ごと空に浮かべるなんて。改めてゾナウ文明の力を実感するわ。
あなた方をここに連れてくることができてよかった。ここからハイラルのすべてを見てもらいたかったのです。
僕こんな高いとこ初めてごろ。ああ、素晴らしい景色だ。ゼルダはずっとこの空にいたのだな。ええ、覚えてはいないのですが、もう一度ここに立てるとは思っていませんでした。
これは推論に過ぎませんが、ラウルの光とソニアの時の力、二人がリンクに力を貸して奇跡を起こしたのかもしれません。
はい。
時が来たようです。
ミネル様。
はるか昔、私たちが先の時代に委ねてしまった災いはあなた方が払ってくれました。これで私もラウルたちのもとへ行くことができます。
集いし我らこの町もゼルダ姫さんをにぎゃゼルダ姫を支え 姉を誓おう。
ラウルとソニアにも伝えましょう。
ミネル様。
あなたの思いもあの二人のもとに。ありがとう。
ラウル様、ソニア様、ミネル様、そして古代の賢者たち。あの方たちが願ったのは束の間ではなく、永遠に続くハイラルの安寧。私はその思いに応えたい。これからもずっと。みんな力を貸してください、私に。
Oh, bro, the feels! The feels! It's so good! Okay, well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, what a journey. What a journey, dude. And I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself for going back in and, like, hitting that. Like, actually doing it, like, for me, for my channel, for my playthrough. Like I'm so proud of that. Because, like, the way it ended before was just so... like, I don't know what the word is, like, disheartening, depressing. Like, I felt super guilty about it, like the fact that I wasn't prepared and I jumped in too soon and all that stuff. But what a great game, dude. What a great game. And there was great feels at the end. And you know, like, I realized that, like, whatever, they have to, I don't know, for some reason, like, there's never any real confirmation for Zelda and Link, like, as a couple, you know what I mean? But, like, at the end there, you want to know what we needed? We needed something. We needed something just to show how much Link cared, like, something, right? Like, what I think would have been even better would be when they're in the field and they first see each other and they wake up and Zelda, like, talks a little bit about to him. I think he should have hugged her. Like, wouldn't that have been, like, just like a real genuine, like, oh my god, you're alive, I saved you, you're real, we did it, like, a real, like, stress relief kind of hug, you know? Like, I just think that that would have been great. Like, from Link, I would love if Link would have initiated it. Like, she gets up and she talks to him and he throws his arms around her and they just have a moment, you know, and like, and give us a kiss while you're there. Like, come on, like, they're so cute together. Anyway, but it's fine. But what a great game, what a great series, and I'm very happy that we went back in and we fixed it for real. That boss fight is freaking insane, by the way. And as I thought I remembered, the dragon part of it is not the hard part. It's all the parts leading up to it. Even the waves of enemies aren't that hard, to be honest with you. Like I said, kiting, as you saw, pretty easy. Like, generally speaking, mostly you can avoid getting hit. Except maybe once or twice, but mostly you could just kite and you could just poke and pick off enemies and it's not a big deal. It's the one-on-ones with Ganondorf. That's the hard part because he's so hard to hit, and it's the entire thing is just nailing dodging. That's like really what it is just figuring out how to dodge and when. And his timings are weird. Like I kept trying to do it, but like I would do it in the timing that I would fight most enemies, and it feels like his timings are different. Like you have to do it a half moment earlier than you normally would. And I assume that that's on purpose to throw you off so that it's harder to do, because the entire game you've been trained to do like the flurry rush in the most timings, you know what I mean? Like or maybe just the window in general is smaller for him, and then half the time you do it to him and he'll do it and he'll dodge you, which really sucks. So I don't know, it's just it's really, really hard, but we did it, and that's the point. And now this playthrough can be finished for real, and give it the time it deserved, you know? Like that feels really good. That feels really good. Just give it the timing that it deserved, you know? Give it the yeah. It was a great game. Great game. So I don't know exactly what's coming next. I do know that for the main game slot, we are going to be switching away from Zelda games and Nintendo stuff in general, to be honest with you. We are going to switch away from Nintendo titles. We've been doing Nintendo stuff for a very long time because of the back-to-back Legend of Zeldas, and I think before that we did Fire Emblem, so we've been doing Nintendo stuff for a long time. So we're going to be switching away from all that, probably headed to Xbox, but it's also possible we could jump into something on Steam, so maybe PC, but it will probably very likely not be Nintendo stuff. I also am probably going to keep my main game slot, my main playthrough short for a while, so that we can burn through some games in rapid succession a little bit more than these giant games we've been doing, because we did Fire Emblem and then we did the Zeldas, and so we've been doing big games a long time on the main game, so we're probably going to make our main playthrough kind of short and stuff that we can kind of burn through in rapid succession. So I have a few ideas on what that could be. But I am very excited. So, yeah, what a great game. What a great series. I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, I'm just really happy that we did it for real and we didn't just cheapen out. That felt good. This part is going to be ridiculous. It's going to be like a 3-hour recording for the entire thing, because by the time I do all the stuff and all the edits and I figuring out how to edit it down as much as possible, this is going to be a long stinking video. But I used to do this for other playthroughs back in the day. My parts used to be much longer, so my pieces of my playthroughs, they used to be much larger, so it's not a big deal. It's fine, and I'll slim it down to make it much as concise as possible as usual, cutting out lots of all the dead air and lots of commuting or retrying or whatever. I'll slim it down so that by the time you see the video, it'll be a much tighter, cleaner video. So that's the hope. But anyway, that is going to call for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the content today, and we will talk to you guys later. Oh, did I just collateral that guy? Yeet. There, you go first. He's like, I think it's clear, man. You're good. As the great Bob Ross would say, what a happy accident. Later, idiots. I could hear Darth Vader in my head. I have you now. Oh, walk it off, bro. You're okay. It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up. That was so perfect.